All right, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, guys, welcome to the Media Hijack Podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris Unholy Jesus.
What's up? Happy Tuesday, fam.
Happy Tuesday, and welcome back to another episode of the Media Hijack. This is episode 186. If you guys want to get some official Media Hijack t-shirts, you can get this t-shirt on the MediaHijack.com. And if you guys want to catch the replay for this live Twitch video, we're here live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch us on YouTube. Give us that rate, comment, subscribe. And yeah, audio listeners, Apple people, we need some new stars, man.
Come on.
Give us 5-4 stars or something.
Come on, man. Hook us up.
Yeah, take a break right now. Hit pause right now. Just go down there and give us that 5 stars.
Right.
Write a comment. They scribble something.
Something.
Yeah. We need some help, man. All right. Okay, so our first topic for the night, we're going to be talking about the Atlanta Bloodhouse Mystery. Have you guys heard about this?
Yes.
Because we definitely talked about this before. I think it's either this podcast or our previous podcast, but I remember you talking about this story.
Yeah.
And when I first heard it, I was like, I thought it was some house in Jonesboro.
What's that?
Like some regular house out in Jonesboro. So
is that where it's at? Is in Jonesboro for real?
No, it's in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. It's actually downtown, like
yeah, in Atlanta. Yeah, okay. Fountain Drive.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, so man, if you said Jonesboro.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought the whole house was in Jonesboro. I was like, that's not a haunted house. Okay, so this story started in September 9th, 1987, the year I was born. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution reported a bizarre story known as the house that dripped blood. What a crazy title, right?
Hell yeah.
Imagine like in 87, you were reading a newspaper, it says a house that dripped blood. Dude, that's like, how could you not read the whole article?
I'm like, turn to page 6. I think I will.
Yeah, I was like, that sounds fucking crazy. Because this is almost like still the time where the whole cult rituals were still full blast.
Oh, yeah,
that started
man.
Like,
what, 60s,
70s? Mm-hmm. The whole devil cult stuff, kids getting kidnapped. So this was huge back then.
Mm-hmm.
So Atlanta police, they were called just after midnight by a woman claiming blood was coming from the floor of her home at 1114 Fountain Drive in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So this couple, they lived in this house, I think a couple decades, like maybe 10, 20 years, right? They had kids at this house and they never even saw anything weird happening. So when this weird thing started to happen, it didn't make no sense. So like, that's why people are saying like, oh yeah, this is a hoax. You know, how can a house like that whole time nothing happened, then something weird happened, like the walls were bleeding, blood was coming out of the ground, out of the floor. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So the elderly couple, William and Minnie Winston, lived in the house, and William, he had like a kidney disease, and he was, at this time, he was connected to a dialysis machine. So he had like a lot of like health issues. And on the evening of September 8th, Minnie noticed a red spot on the bathroom floor, which she initially thought it was blood. And then more blood spots, they were found in the bathroom and the hallway. The couple found blood stains in almost every single room in the house.
Yeah.
So it was like, what the hell is happening? Like, it was weird. Like, because they had no pets in the house. There's no pets in the house. So the couple, like, they saw all these blood stains, right? So they're like, okay, whatever. We're just going to go to bed and then just see what happens. So they wake up the next morning and then there was still blood all over the walls. And then this is when they called the police on September 9th. And then they came to investigate. So the police, right, they took like samples of the blood. And, you know, they got it to get tested and stuff. And they also tested, like, their blood, too. They tested, like, the wife and the husband. tested their blood, and they confirmed that the blood that they found on the walls, it was human blood. But the crazy thing was, it was a type O blood. And both the Winston, they had type A blood. So they're like fucking baffled. They're like, what the hell?
Right.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean,
elderly couple, dude. Just trying to live like the rest of their life.
Yeah, I heard about like a while ago too. It was like that much blood that it's like whoever had lost that amount of blood would have died too. You know, it was a lot. So it was like there's not even a body we can find. It's just
it almost opens up like another case of like, hey, where did this blood come from?
Right.
You know, so there's like a lot of theories. Like there's like this theory with Detective Steve Carlwright. He tried to get on the case, and he was trying to say like, well, their daughter works in like the medical field. I don't know what her position was. So they're like, well, she has access to blood. Maybe she took the blood and then just smeared it all over the walls. Because they couldn't make sense of it. They were trying to be like, okay, it was planted.
Yeah, right. Let's think of a logical thing that could have happened. Cause
right. Another one they said was like, okay, the husband and the mom, like they missed their children, right? Because, you know, the children, they grew up, they moved out and stuff. And they want the children to come visit. So they said that, like, this was like their attempt to get their children to come visit, to do something dramatic, like putting blood on the walls.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So I was like,
okay.
I don't think they're... Because if they did do it like that, why would they even call the police?
Yeah, they could have been like, hey, kids, come over here. We got an issue. And then, that don't make any sense. And they were elderly, too, right? They weren't going to be like no running around rubbing blood all over the place. They want to sit down and chill. Especially the one on dialysis. He ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, like, the dude is handicapped. Bob said stupid theories. Yeah, it is stupid theories. Bro, it's like they're trying to throw like anything against the wall to where they go like, all right, okay, this makes sense why there's blood on the walls.
You know, I'm gonna say a reason why. They were a black family, right? They ain't trying to hear no.
Yeah, it was a black family. Yeah.
They ain't trying to hear what they gotta say, man. If this was like a white family, I think they would take them more seriously. This is '80s, man. Atlanta was still in that weird racism era too, and they were probably like, man, we trying to hear you black family, but because you know, black people. I mean, as far as I know, you don't hear black folks talking about any supernatural abductions type stuff ever. They probably was just like, okay, we don't care. Especially cops. Cops really want to try to pay attention to black folks in the '80s in Atlanta. Especially, you ever seen like the Atlanta Monster?
Yeah, I know about the whole story.
Yeah, the cops were kind of weird with black folks back then, so they weren't trying to hear about no damn bleeding out. Like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure wasn't Daquan bleeding all over the wall, huh? You know what? Let me in your house right now. Let me see if you got drugs. That shit would have win.
Yeah, that Atlanta Monster story was crazy, dude.
Oh, horrifying, man. Crazy.
Like, it's still not solved, right? Like, they still blame that on like that black dude. Said he was messing with kids.
Yeah, they still saying it's him.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, even though they can't find any evidence of him being like around those kids. I think he did murder some of those people because they found him right when the body hit the water.
I'm pretty sure like his hands are pretty dirty too, man.
Right.
But I know definitely that more people were involved in the case.
Yeah.
He was just one of the dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like trying up, and then I was listening to a podcast where they actually got an interview of him like in the jail talking.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, dude. Listen to Atlanta Monster on a podcast.
Yeah, I listened to the whole first season. That was really good. I think the guy that was interviewing was like, he tried to lie to me at one point about something. He caught him in a lie at some point, and I was like, oh shit, like. Mm-hmm.
It's like if you guys like murder shows like that, like this is like a podcast where they built it almost like a series. Like it sounds like you're watching a TV series in your ear. Because they play all the sound effects and everything. They got all the news.
Everything. Music.
Video,
man,
everything.
Dude,
like,
great.
It sounds like you're watching like a murder show, but you're listening to it. Yeah. It's really good how they did it.
The show blew up so much, they changed the name from Atlanta Monster, I think, to just Monster at this point. But yeah, it was called Atlanta Monster at first, and then...
Yeah.
Because then they started talking about other serial killers and shit going on. But it's one of my favorite crime podcasts, man.
Yeah,
that is really good.
It's so well produced. It's like a TV show in your ear.
In your brain, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
It's so good. It makes me think about like how back in the day when like the World War II generation was at home listening to radio. Like,
Yeah, it was like that.
I'm like, damn, is that how it was for them back then to like listen to shows before TV?
Or
They
like
would just listen
listening to a
everything on radio?
baseball game on the radio.
Right.
Yeah, it was wild.
That's wild, man. That's a great
Babe Ruth
podcast.
snapped his ankle after the first. Trying to slide into the first.
Oh, are they safe?
He's out with a broken ankle. But yeah,
man.
so like there was a lot of skeptics about like that whole situation. It all came down to like there's new websites where they're still talking about this story. That's why I found it fascinating, because like the story it's never gonna die because people are still gonna tell the same stories, which I think is good. Like even the internet is still telling the same stories.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a storyteller, dude.
Spreads.
We tell the new generation, because you told the story like a few years ago, and now we're retelling the same story
Retelling it, man.
with the new
Comes
people.
full circle.
Because Atlanta, right? Like I typed into ChatGPT, like tell me more stories about Atlanta, like haunted stories, and there's so many stories, dude. Like Kennesaw has some shit with some train something, and some kid died there, and now it's haunting the whole place. Like there's a whole bunch of stories, ghost stories about Atlanta.
Oh, let me look it up. I knew Savannah had a shit ton, but I didn't know about Atlanta.
Yeah, Savannah's like the main one. Then we got Kennesaw. We got Jonesboro. We got stories
Is
there.
it Jonesboro?
Yeah, Jonesboro.
What?
All of them, dude. Blood County.
I need to look that up.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories, man.
Especially Jonesboro. I don't know nothing. I mean, I never heard anything crazy about that place like that.
But yeah, that's all I got like for that one. Do you remember anything else like from when you did the story?
It's been so long. Yeah, 'cause I remember the main thing that stuck out with me with the story though is that and this is nothing new. You had talked about it before about how the DNAs didn't match with the people in the house. Because at first when I read the story, I was kind of like, okay, maybe it could have been a fraud. But the further I kept going on with the story, I was like, okay, they're an older couple. Well, maybe they hired somebody to do it. But then as soon as they said like the DNA was a different body, I was like, oh, what? This is crazy. What would be the point of you wanting to fake this?
Right.
Like, you gotta be crazy. Bob says, Jonesboro Civil War. Oh, Civil War's fought in Jonesboro? Plantations. Oh, I can see that. Yeah, I heard there's like a tree like way back. It's actually right down the street from where Bob and Jeremy stay at. It's like if you're driving towards like past Adamson Middle School, all the way down to like Old Rex Road and shit. You remember they used to have that bridge over there?
Yeah.
Old Rex. But dude, that spot don't even exist anymore. It's weird. It's like a ghost town down there. They literally just built right over top of that area, man. It's very weird. But there's a tree down there that's been there since I was like way before even alive. But there's a tree that I used to be told about that when I was a kid. It's like, man, this park right here next to the old Morrow Bridge, the old Rex Road Bridge or whatever. He's like, man, they used to like terrorize black people at this tree right here. Like this area used to be pretty wild back then.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh. Okay, I'm glad it's different now. Shit. They ain't
Yeah,
no black
Bob,
folks over there now.
Yeah. Bob said there's a haunted hotel in Atlanta. The Ellis Hotel.
Oh, shit.
You guys ever heard of that?
Which hotel?
The Ellis Hotel,
No.
formerly known as the Winkoff Hotel. Like it was a site of a tragic fire in 1946 that claimed 119 lives. It is said that the spirit of those who perished in the fire still linger in the hotel, with the guests reporting eerie occurrences such as disembodied voices and sudden drops in temperature. So it's the Ellis Hotel. I'm not sure where exactly or if it still do exist. But yeah, these are like the burn victims.
Damn.
Yeah, they do. Atlanta got some history, man.
And the fire started like just.
Yeah, and then
Not too
another one,
long.
the Oakland Cemetery, which is a historic cemetery and the final resting place for many Atlanta early settlers, soldiers, and notable figures. They often see like ghostly figures, hearing whispers among the graves. Some specific ghosts, such as the Confederate soldier of a woman in a Victorian dress are said to roam the grounds. It's at the Oakland Cemetery. I'm not sure where it's at.
Mm.
And remember, this was one like I did heard before I knew it was haunted. Remember when we used to watch like Mike and Vince perform at the Masquerade?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, there's like so the Masquerade is like a venue where bands they perform, and there's like different levels and stuff. And this is where I saw Gym Class Hero perform.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so the Masquerade, a famous music venue, has a reputation for paranormal activities. Many staff and visitors have reported seeing apparitions, hearing unexplained noises, and feeling cold spots, like in the venue basement known as, you know hell, right? Remember they have different stories like hell, heaven,
hell, yeah.
So hell is known to have like the really hardcore
the metal shit,
paranormal activity. And dude, that shit makes sense because me being at the Masquerade, I always felt like there was something crazy. Even when I went to go take a leak, I was like, everything seems it's heavy, like it's dark, but like heavy energy.
Damn.
Yeah, the Masquerade had that, dude. That shit was in the walls, dude. You could feel it in the walls.
Vibes.
Like you could feel the energy in the walls.
Damn. Well, did you know what Masquerade was before this or whatever?
I'm not sure.
Okay, because it reminds me of the spot too that was also in Denver I went to. It was called The Church. And it actually used to be a church back in the day, but now it's this club, and like the basement areas where they got like the heavy metal shit, and it's like rock, and it's called Hell, and upstairs more like R&B, hip hop stuff, but it's like heaven type stuff. It's kind of like that. But that also reminds me of another place too. I remember I went to like Masquerade in Colorado. I was like, this place kind of feels weird. I don't know.
It's like the same concept.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I remember they said they were gonna close down the Masquerade. I'm not even still sure if it's still open. So.
Me neither.
Yeah, I haven't been there so long, but I do remember being there, and it really did feel weird, dude. But you know me, like when I go to scenes like that, I'm already like drunk.
Yeah.
At the same time, I can still feel like, hey, like this shit feel dark, but it's like you're too drunk to even care about stuff like that.
I'm just here to vibe out.
Yeah, like you're taking a leak, and there's like fucking all these. You're surrounded by ghosts. Like it's like, yeah, whatever. I'm taking a leak. It's like that because you're already so messed up.
Bob says I can't remember if I used their bathroom.
Yeah, we went there. That was a cool ass spot, dude.
It's just they still have shows.
Who? Mike
Masquerade. They still have,
oh
no Masquerade.
I think I'm not sure. I don't.
The Galactic Four is gone.
Yeah. But yeah, I see like Atlanta, they got so many like different hotspots for like paranormal activity. Places that we all been to.
I think there's no place
theater.
What's that?
You been to the Fox Theater?
No, but I heard it was haunted.
The Fox Theater is haunted, according to what they're saying.
I guarantee you, man.
Oh, go ahead.
If you look at like the most haunted places in America, I guarantee it would be like the Southeast America. Well, it's something off of like it's like split from like parts of Texas all the way up to Louisiana and stuff and Florida. They're weird stuff. Like it's always seemed like it's like the most supernatural spots.
Yeah, because they got killed too fast, right? To where they didn't understand why they're being killed or something. It's something like just out of their. It wasn't like a natural death, and it created like a lot of like trap energy. You know, they die, and then the energy gets like circulated and shit.
I would say that Civil War slave energy or something. I don't know. There's a lot of wars fought out here. Shit.
Like, you hear the chains and shit.
Ancestral energy.
Because you ever get sleep paralysis and then you start hearing chains?
Run.
That happened to me, and I couldn't run. And it's scary, dude. When you hear the chains, when you get sleep paralysis, that means somebody don't like you.
Right.
So, like in the Fox Theater, right? People, they have reported seeing ghosts of an old man who was supposedly, he wanders backstage in the balcony area, and he's been seen frequently in that area in the Fox Theater. And I think the last time I've been to the Fox Theater was when I was watching my trainer. My trainer had a Muay Thai fight. This shit was so cool, dude.
What?
And I got to watch him like fight. like watching your trainer fight is cool because you're like, hey, this guy trained me. Like I expect him to win in spectacular fashion because he's the one training me.
Right.
And he destroyed this dude, and I was like,
nice.
Hell yeah. But then after
gives
that,
you faith.
yeah, there's a fight that happened like in the seat next to us. People were just fighting. I was like, holy shit. It was like two females fighting. But the crazy thing was, it looks like they were trained fighters. That's why you can't fight nobody at a fighting event, because everybody knows how to fight.
Because the fighters want to see other fighters. Like,
right. I was like, you best not pick a fight with nobody if you're going to like a UFC event or boxing fight or whatever.
Man, I mean, you ever watch when they go through the crowd of these fighting events, and so-and-so's here tonight, and they right there with like, their wifey or whoever. And they're like, oh, this dude's a champ right now. Like, what's he doing here?
You never know who you're sitting next to. You could be sitting next to like their training partner. That's killers.
Right, dude. It'd be a lot of elbows being rubbed that night, man. They'd be trying to.
Yeah, and they're awake because they're drunk too, and they're like, they're in fight mode. They're like, somebody try me. It's almost like that. Like, like please, because they want to test their skills out.
For real, please try.
I don't know.
Try me.
Yeah, they're like,
no
try
rep.
me, please.
Mom says I haven't been to the Fox Theater yet. Me neither, man. My parents have seemed like they've been like plenty of times. I never even stepped foot in there.
Damn,
is it still? Did they close it down?
No, it's still open. They still have like comedy. They're doing comedy shows there. I think Martin Lawrence is performing there soon at the Fox Theater.
Not Fox Theater. Sorry, I'm thinking about another theater in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what, man? I'm thinking about the Magic Johnson Theater. Never mind.
Wait,
that got closed down.
That's a real thing?
It was.
Magic Johnson Theater. Damn.
Yeah, Magic Johnson had like a theater out in Atlanta, I think. I think it was Magic Johnson. And then I never been, but I heard it got real hood, and they shut that shit down quick.
Shut it down. People getting AIDS.
Yeah, man. It got wild. Bob also said Louisiana would not go there. Louisiana. I've never been to Louisiana. I've been to Louisiana, but I never really explored anything. Savannah, really haunted. There's a story about how they was I can't remember what year it was, probably like 18 something or whatever, but they had a real massive plague that broke out in Savannah back then. Mm-hmm. And they took the bodies that they was finding throughout town, they were taking them all to like the town square where there's a park at in downtown Savannah. They was throwing the bodies in the pile back then. But the plague was so powerful, it was killing plant life in the park. And so that's why they was burning. So, because the plague had seeped into the soil of the park, and it seeped into the trees. So if you go like to this park and downtown Savannah, you'll see like at one side of the tree have nothing but moss on it, and the other side is like no moss because the plague was in the tree at the time and like kept the moss from going on that side. But they used to burn bodies in downtown Savannah, like right, just throw them in a pile and burn them because they were just like that's what they did back then with trying to deal with plagues and stuff. And man, it was wild, man. Weird. Crazy history.
But I thought moss only do grow on one side of the tree, like when the sun is shining.
I think it grows on a specific side or whatever, but from what it was at, because it was like patches on the ground too, from where like, because moss can still grow back on a tree, I think, if it's burned, but they're saying like spots of the ground where bodies were at too, moss and grass ain't growing there, because I guess this disease was like killing everything as far as.
Would it be out of respect?
The moss had to grow there, maybe.
Yeah, like
nature's respect.
We're gonna respect this soul. Hey, we can grow over there, guys. Do you guys agree? We can grow over there. Like, yeah. Like a million voices. Yeah.
Right.
Like remind me of that Pikmin game and the GameCube.
What was
it? Pikmin.
Oh man, it's throwback.
Yeah, it's like the lemmings.
I never played it, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. All right, I gotta take a leak. When we get back, we're gonna be talking about how to lucid dream. And I know we talked about this a lot before, but this is gonna be like an episode where we revisit some of these topics and then we get it into like more detail or of what we learned. And I'm pretty sure you, Chris, as a lucid dreamer, you have a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah, I got some.
I think this is like a perfect next topic for us to talk about, because I like to talk about dreaming, because Bob, she always talks about her dream all the time. Like I get a text every other day, guess what happened in my dream? And she texts like a whole paragraph talking about her dream, and I'm like, damn, this motherfucker dream is crazy. It's like a movie. Going down. Yeah. So so we get back, we're gonna talk about how to lucid dream.
Cool.
We're back. All right, and we're back with Proton in the back. Next topic, how to lucid dream. So lucid dreaming is a practice that is of becoming aware of that you are dreaming while you are still in a dream. It is a skill that can be developed with practice. And here are some techniques and tips to help you learn how to lucid dream. So Chris, every time you tell your story about you lucid dreaming, I always get jealous because I can never achieve lucid dreaming ever when I sleep. Because every time I sleep and I have a dream, it feels like it's real life. So I don't do anything out of the ordinary.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It all depends on what situation I'm in. Where, like the times I realize where I'm either about to die in a dream or anything. Like some people will dream and like will wake up.
Right.
Like, oh God! Like I fell and hit the ground and I woke up on impact. And a lot of times, what usually is like what's happened to me in the past, what's helped jumpstart my lucid dreaming, is that something will happen in a dream where I'm in the moment of death, and I realize like, wait, I'm not feeling anything. Holy shit, I'm dreaming. And then I'll just either just break the laws of everything in this dream, and I'm like, okay, cool. Well, this person earlier just died, so I'm gonna go bring them back. And I'm like, okay, cool, they're good. Wow. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm dreaming right now, and I'm just going with it. I'm like fucking Neo. I'm like the one, man, and that's why I realized I can just I feel like, and this is over time. I realize this, like I do have like a kryptonite when it comes to me, stop me, like I said before, like sometimes my lucid dreams kick in. Like I've been bitten by fucking sharks, man, in my dream, and I'm getting dragged in the ocean. I'm like, wait, I'm breathing. Like, oh shit, I think I got gills, so I'm breathing in the water, and I'm like, and I'll just like rip the shark in half and then get out the water. Like, oh my God, like okay, like I'm not bleeding anymore. I realize this is not real. Now my only weakness though is if I'm drowning. Like that shark thing was weird, but when I lucid dream and I'm drowning, because I have a huge fear of drowning, and that's why I don't like bodies of water. That seems to be like my kryptonite. So if I'm submerged in water in a nightmare or dream, it's harder for me to lucid my dream way out of my. It's hard for me to reach like my lucid dreaming because I have a fear of drowning. So, but the shark thing was like almost like a fluke at one time. I was surprised when I was lucid dreaming. And I was like, holy shit, like, water's usually kind of hurting me. Like, I just kind of like, I can't be submerged in water or thinking I'm drowning. Otherwise, I start believing it too much and then I can't lucid dream out of it. But, yeah, that was one of the few times where.
Did you say, like, holy shit, like, I don't even like swimming in water in the first place. This has to be a dream. Why am I here? Yeah, like, it has to be a dream because I shouldn't be here in the first place.
And then sometimes in my dream, y'all thinking about, like, wait, how did I even get here? I was like, oh, I'm dreaming right now, but everything's still in motion like a dream. Everything's still acting like a dream. But I'm like, oh shit, like okay, I can kind of do what I want now and
crazy.
Go with the roll, man.
What Bob say in the chat?
As Bob says, if it's a scary dream and you're fighting to stay awake, but you fall back asleep, but you can control what happens. Now that's happened to me before when I've waken up out of a dream. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, well, I'm going to go pee right quick. Let me hurry up because I really want to finish this dream. So then I'll go back and get back in the bed. And I was thinking about the last thing I was at. I'm like, okay, this is where I was last at. Okay. How was I feeling? And I was just like, rest. And it's sort of like, boom, I'm right back in that shit. It's wild. But I don't know if it's a connection to like how I sleep because, for example, people always like been telling me like, since I'm hearing it more now than ever before, people tell me that, man, you go to sleep like real easily, like, almost like narcolepsy. And was it narcolepsy? Or you just like fall asleep on the spot? Yeah. Mine's not that crazy, but when I'm tired, I sleep, man. I turn my brain off. I used to have this issue where I like stressed out and I can't sleep, and I would be up all night just like going crazy. But then after a while, like my mom told me something. She was like, hey, like, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. By the time you go to bed, there's nothing you can really do about your issue. So just turn your brain off, rest and relax. My mom always tells me that, like, when I lose stuff, hey, stop looking for it. If it's not that important, come back to it later. Let your brain reset itself. And that's how I've always able to, like, I started sleeping real good off of that too. Just thinking about like, okay, whatever issues I got right now, turn it off. This ain't the time for it. And a lot of times too, I'll daydream sometimes about something and then ease my way into a dream that carries on my daydream or some shit. And yeah, so I do stuff like that too. It's always I always like that's why I love sleep. I'm like, I'm gonna rest for a little bit, but let me just think about something cool, like being a superhero or something, like relaxing my mind.
You're like a master. And then boom. Like, not even knowing like you're a master.
I just been doing it with like what relaxes me. That's how I've been doing it for the most part. And sleeping ain't hard for me either. So like, cause I just try to turn off my problems.
That sounds crazy. Sleeping ain't
right
hard.
Before I go to sleep.
Yeah, I never heard anybody say sleeping ain't hard. Like it, for me, it's not it's not hard and it's not easy. Like it takes me a while to fall asleep, maybe 20, 30 minutes. And then a lot of time, like I'm taking like melatonin and stuff, like to help me get sleepy and stuff. And in extreme measures, like I have taken Ambien, the sleeping tranquilizer, basically. Dude, I don't know if you ever taken Ambien.
Hell yeah.
That shit is like it's like a dude. It's like a rhino trank, dude.
Man, it's too powerful, man. And I took one. The first time I took one, and I was like, I'm good.
It's too strong, man. Too fast.
Yeah. You ever heard about that story about this? I think he was like a preacher or whatever. He was like on an airplane. This is like last year, the year before. Yeah, like he was drinking like some alcoholic beverage, and he took Ambien while he was taking it. And next to know, the lady that he was like sitting next to him on the plane, like this lady that's sitting next to him on the plane, he like whipped his dick out and started peeing on her, but he doesn't know he's doing it. Like he was out.
I believe that. That is crazy, but I believe
they never revealed the woman's identity because they ain't trying to like make her a laughing stock, or whatever. So they kept her identity a secret. But you can hear her voice in the interview. She talks about like how like it's not like a black chick. She was like, I was just sitting there and like he just pulled it out and just started like peeing on me and wouldn't stop and the pastor was like, well, I'm so sorry, like because you're not supposed to drink with Ambien, like that's like a no-no.
And you're supposed to be asleep, like if you're awake, right, and then you're drinking on Ambien and you're awake, hey, good luck, dude. You're not gonna remember the next day. Like whoever the people around you is gonna remember all that shit. That's why it's so dangerous. That drug, dude. Ambien is one of the most dangerous drugs ever.
That was like when what's it with Ambien?
Rosie O'Donnell.
I forgot what to go with it.
Yeah.
She's on Ambien?
Yeah, she was when she made like a Twitter post about Hitler or some shit. And she almost got like canceled.
I think that was Roseanne Barr.
Oh, yeah.
It was Roseanne.
Yeah, Roseanne.
I get it. I get the confusion. I'm with you.
Yeah. Same lady.
But that's weird. Like, so I remember she did use that excuse. And I was like, wouldn't you be falling asleep at the keyboard? Like that'd be.
No, it's like you do stuff you don't even know, but you're actually doing stuff, but you don't know.
Unless you're drinking, child. Yeah,
you really don't. Yeah, that shit is crazy.
It's wild, man.
Because I have done some stuff on it, and then when I was like, no way I did that. I was like, no way. Right. Yeah, that's why I was like, I remember. No. Go ahead.
My fault. I'll say like I remember back when I first took Ambien, there was what was it? They tell you the first thing to do, don't operate heavy machinery. It's like don't drive, don't do nothing, man. Yeah. That's literally the first thing they told me when I got Ambien. And cause I had it in Iraq one time, and I talked about the story I feel like a million times on this show. But when I took Ambien the one time, and then I fought the resistance to like sleep, I started tripping out. I saw weird shit, and I was like, okay, let me go to bed. Because I was told like, man, if you want to trip balls, take some Ambien and do not go to sleep. It's like actually kind of fight it for about like 30 minutes, and he's like, you don't see some weird shit. And I did, man. Oh man. I was like, this is not even fun, man. People do this shit for fun.
So you fought your sleep, but then you end up seeing weird shit, right?
Yeah, I saw like oh shit. Yeah, because I was in Iraq at the time, and they had like these little pallet boards, these pallets that we had to walk on. Because when it rained in Iraq, man, it rains like the rain, like when it hits the sand and the dirt, it makes it like almost like the consistency of mud. You know what I'm saying? Like, so every days we'd be like walking through mud and it's sticking to our boot and everything. And you literally got to pull your leg up out the mud just to get out. Like, it's thick as shit. But they had these pallet boards outside the dorms. So when you walk on them, you can like start wiping your boots off on them and everything like that. Yeah. But I was out there one night after I took some Ambien. And I was smoking a cigarette, and I was like looking at the pallet boards, and then I saw like, at first I saw like a baby, like a baby's like on each pallet, there was like a carving of a baby's face in each of them, right? But each face had a different expression. But one of the faces that was smiling was like a baby smiling, had like two front teeth coming out, like almost like a rabbit, like Bugs Bunny, like cartoonish like front teeth. Yeah. And then there was like some baby faces kind of like crying and sad. You know, like you see the mask face,
like one
smiling, yeah, the theater mask type thing. Yeah. It was like that, but with baby's faces, just different expressions. And then next one, the boards would flip over, and there was a different expression on each side, but it was all just like flipping. I was like, what the fuck? It was like Like, I don't know. It was weird, but every time it flipped over, it was a different baby expression. And then when it flipped back over to its original side, the expression that was on that side before was different. So it just kept showing all these baby faces just flipping and flipping. I was like,
Damn.
yeah, I'm going to go inside, man. I'm out. And then I went inside, and I never touched it again. That was it.
Yeah, so basically, like, you were hallucinating,
Yes.
like, under Ambien, which is like a prescription you get from the pharmacy.
But I got some good ass sleep though, man. I'm not gonna lie, I got some good sleep.
Dude, I got some great sleep off of Ambien. Like, minus the part you stay awake. Like, when you go to sleep, like, you sleep like a tank, dude. Like, you just
leave
got
your body, man.
Yeah. Like, it's almost like you're a cheetah. You're running so fast, like it's like, and then you're asleep instantly. Because I remember like this one time where I took Ambien, right, and I tried to time it like perfectly to where I was like, all right, in 30 minutes I'm gonna feel weak in my knees, so I should start making my way towards the bedroom. But this one night I timed it wrong, right? I took Ambien and then I was like halfway walking up the stair steps. I was like, holy shit, my legs are like bricks now. And like I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the rest of the way. Next thing you know, like I wake up the next night and my sister's like, hey, like, we recorded video of you smoking weed in the house. And I was like, what? And that's all I remember is me trying to make it up the stairs. And then the next day, they're like, hey, I was like, I don't want to see that video.
All right.
And it was like,
delete it.
I was like, this is crazy. I was like, that's when I flushed it all down the drain. I was like, nope, never taking this again. It's too strong.
Never again, man. Like,
it's scary.
Like, drinking is one thing. At least
scary.
Drinking is kind of like you gradually build into it. And it seems like it's kind of like boom.
Yeah, it hits you too hard. Like, hey, like, slow down.
Right.
Slow down. I'm just trying to sleep. Like, nope.
Bob says if you miss that window, you ain't going to sleep. Really, I didn't know there was a window. I was just told to wait a specific amount of time, and then after that, go to sleep after that.
Bob says then she took another one. That's wild. All right, lucid dreaming. Let me get to the number one step.
Yeah.
All right, so number one step is to keep a journal. So start. This is for people that wants to do lucid dreaming. So like the first step is to start keeping a journal. Keep it by your bedside. And then jot down any dreams that you remember as soon as you wake up. This will help improve like dream recalls and increase your awareness of your dream content. So like number one, start writing down all your dreams, remembering all your dreams, everything. So you know, like, okay, like these are my dreams, and I'm gonna start remembering like what I dream about. Because usually when I do have all these awesome ass dreams, right, I was like, I can't wait to tell somebody about my dream. I wake up the next day, I forget about everything, dude. As soon as I get ready for work and stuff, I was like, all right, I'm gonna tell somebody my dream. You forget about everything. I was like, holy shit. So maybe it is cool to wake up and like as soon as you wake up, you're like, all right, I'm gonna write everything down in my dream. Instead of letting it like, you know, like stretch out to where you forget about your dream in a day.
Yeah, that's why you gotta be quick. I mean, I think the older I get, the harder it's get for me to remember dreams.
It's so hard.
It's either that or I'm no longer having dreams anymore. I kind of shit, damn, I gotta stop doing thumbs up. I do this shit every week.
I don't get the bubble.
Yeah, it's like the older I get, it's like I'm not having as many lucid dreams anymore.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, do a thumbs up. But go ahead. Where'd the bubble come from?
I know it only does it when I do like a thumbs up. I don't know if like the camera picks it up.
Yeah.
But it does it every time I do a thumbs up. I do it almost every podcast, I think.
Damn technology.
Right. But yeah, and all this, like, older I get, like my lucid dreaming becomes less and less. Not that I can't have them anymore. I just don't dream at all. I just sleep. My brain's quiet now. But before, yeah, man. So, but yeah, like I did. Like as the older I get, though, if I do have a dream, it gets harder for me to remember about like throughout the day. I used to remember my dream from beginning to end. Now I'm kind of like, all right, maybe I feel like I'm starting to lose that attachment I used to have to the dream world. It's like, okay, it's fading a little bit.
Yeah, that's scary too. Like I feel the same way too, man. I feel like I lost an attachment, like to like my dreams and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I would just sleep, dream, and then wake up and I forget about the dream. It's almost like the dream was like nothing, even though like it probably felt like something that's happening, something that's real.
Mm.
But then there's something that's just in the back here, like, oh yeah, that's just a dream. It's crazy. It felt real, but it's not real. So you just forget about it. All right. So number 2, you were saying something?
Oh no, you're good. No, you're good.
Okay. So number 2 for lucid dreaming, it's called reality checks. So like throughout the day, you perform reality checks to determine whether you're awake or dreaming. Common reality checks include trying to push your finger through your palm, or you're looking at a clock or a text and then saying like if you could read like the text on the clock and stuff like that, or if you can, like what they were saying, if you can push your finger through your palm. Like you do these tests like every day, right? Like let's say like you're driving or you're at work, right? Like all right, let's test if it's a dream. So you do it like every day. Like you put your finger through your palm. You're like, all right, it doesn't go through. This is not a dream. So you do it like so much like in reality. So when you're in dreamland, right? Like you started to test yourself in dreamland. You're like, all right, let's test this palm things. And then if you do your finger shit right, and it goes right through, you're like, okay, I'm in a dream. So now you're like, okay, lucid dreaming. Let's have a ball.
All right, let's have a blast. Yeah, just like in what's that movie, Inception?
Inception.
When they got like they got those things, the anchors. Like I think the dude had like the main character had like a little spinning top.
Right.
And it was like if you spin it,
totems.
Or everybody needs to have like an anchor. So like if you roll a pair of dice and the dice just keeps rolling and doesn't ever stop, that means hey, you're in a dream world. Kind of like. Cause I think Inception was like the whole thing was like if you if you do the dream world too much, you can't tell the difference between the real world and dream world. So you need an anchor to kind of like, okay, boom, let me reel myself back in before I jump out this window.
Right. You double check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Right. Because I've always been curious too. Have nightmares ever killed people? Like real shit. Like it's like cause some nightmares have been like. Well, I've had some horrifying nightmares until a point I'm like, oh my god, like why am I?
Well,
scared.
Well, there is a lot of documented studies on people who actually went to sleep and never woke back up. So,
damn.
If you think about it, would they be going through like a nightmare? Would they actually never woke up?
Right.
And it was a nightmare the whole time.
Where it was
that nightmare was so hardcore that it actually kills the physical body. Like it shut the whole body down because you really got fucked up on the other side.
I'm wondering how the hell. So what you did? Like if you die in your sleep, you just think you're like you've been dreaming. Like it's like a dream you just never wake up from.
Yeah. Dude, if you ever taken like a psychedelic trip where you hit the trip so hard to where you're literally on the other side, right? And then everything like feels so good to where you're like, I don't want to go back to the other side.
Yeah.
And then they would ask you questions like, do you want to go back? You know? Like, you want? Like all these little creatures like, you guys want to go back? Like, doop, 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 doop. You want to go back?
Stay here forever.
Like, it's like, hey, like this is your people. Your people is here. Like, we're here.
This is where it all started.
This is crazy.
This is where it all ends.
Yeah. I was like, you guys can't do this. This is wrong. I was like, let me go back.
And so then you have to go back to the real world and then pay bills and shit.
Go back to the real world and like, what else can we do different?
I think it's like that with some dreams. Like you ever have a dream that's so good that, like I was talking about before, you wake up, you're like, oh shit, when I wake up, I gotta go to the bathroom, or maybe hopefully I gotta pick it up way back where it left off in this dream that I was having. That was so awesome. Or you just have like a dope dream and you wake up, you're like, oh fuck, man, like I'm here. I'm here. I've had that in a very long time. I used to get that the most in high school. I used to get those type of dreams the most, man. Having dreams I was like on a Disney Channel and shit, and I wake up, I'm like, oh man, I gotta go to fucking Morrow. Like,
yeah, dude, I had a dream like I like was mining for gold and actually like struck gold, and I was like, how can we transfer all this gold back? Like we have so much gold, how can we transfer it back? Like, like I was like, yeah, like we're set for life now, and it's crazy. It's like the damn dream, the golden dream, striking gold, but then you wake up like, oh shit! Put the pickaxe down. There's no gold. There's no gold, brother. Put it down.
You wake up on a pickaxe like this, like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
I sleep like I wake up like this. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? All that work I'm doing. Ting, ting.
Arms all sore.
Oh shit, we struck gold. Put that pickaxe down. I was like, God damn, that's crazy. Cause it feels so real, dude. Cause like in that dream, it was like I was live streaming everything. I was like, this is real. Live streaming it. I was like, you guys can see it. I'm striking gold right now. Like ting ting.
This is it.
Yeah, I was like, it's real. Like I even hit live on the damn phone.
It's like it's
Wake up, I was like, what the fuck? Like I had it. I was like, I woke up, I was like, I just set up the phone for recording everything. You know, like you're setting up the whole recording shit. I was like, I literally set up this whole recording shit like in the dream.
Damn.
To make it like a perfect picture and everything. I was like, what the fuck? I did all that setup for nothing. It was like that. I woke up, I was pissed. I was like, what the fuck? All these settings.
Like, God,
I was like, it has to be real. Like that person, whatever, me in the other world, they did something. They did all the settings.
I always felt like too with dreams, like that's why I like the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, because it reminds me like how I used to think like dreams are. It's like when you have dreams and you go into another world, you're actually replacing yourself, your consciousness in another world. You're just getting a sneak peek into a world of where you do exist in, but like it's not your world. You just kind of like you're slipping from our world to another world, and you're occupying the body and the actual world of the Billy Waters of that world, or the Chris Jones of that world. And then you get snatched back out and you get put back in your own body.
Right. That's like a perfect movie to explain like all that. Like if you're experiencing like two different lives and stuff, like maybe that other life is actually experiencing like something that you don't know about. But like, here's the thing. Like I'm coming to like how like you go within your day, right? You're walking around. And next thing you know, like you're just pissed off. You're like, how the fuck did I just get pissed off out of nowhere? I started to think like maybe like how reality is seeping in like to each other, right? And maybe like the person, you on this other reality, got pissed off and it seeped into your reality, which that energy like traveled within your body.
To where like
it's like you're having like the perfect day, right? And then out of nowhere you're just fucking mad and you have to take this shit on somebody. It's like the energy came out of nowhere.
You show no signs of being upset. I think what humans call it nowadays is bipolar disorder.
Yes.
like why you was cool this morning? What happened? It's like I don't know, man.
Like, oh, you're bipolar. Yeah. Oh, somebody trying to diagnose this shit.
Right. They try to explain it with science and chemical imbalances in the brain and shit.
Let's say like science or none of that could even explain it, because there's something happening like beyond like the realm of even our modern day science. They can't explain it. But this is just my own theory. I'm not saying like it's true, but I feel like sometimes like I do go out within my day, right? And then out of nowhere, like I just feel angry sometimes. And I'm like, where did that even came from, Right.
And then I was having a bad day before this.
Right. I was like, what if like another reality is like seeping in, and then like the energy is so overwhelming that some of it had to come through me. Like, right?
That you're feeling it.
Like, all right, send some of this channel to Billy Waters, because his energy is so strong here. We cannot have him destroy this world or destroy like whatever life he's going through. Give some of it to Billy Waters on Sector 369.
Yeah.
Right. Give him some of that negative energy, and then let him deal with it. Because if this guy dealt with all the energy that he had in his realm, he would destroy his whole life, destroy like 10,000 other lives, like for example, like let's try to like irrigate like this anger mechanism into other realities, and other Billy Waters can deal with the negative load, however they deal with it.
They got spread.
This is probably like a breakthrough. I just thought about all this shit.
Yeah, it's like Billy Waters of this world could get so angry he could end up like the daughter in Everywhere Everything All at Once, where she wanted to wipe out the entire multiverse because her situation was like they put it through experiment and shit, but basically she became like the evil version of the entire to wipe everybody out because too much stress and shit.
Yeah. Damn, that's deep. It's very deep.
Man.
Because you do. I mean, I do wonder sometimes, like, why I do, like, get upset like randomly, and I'm like, because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's like damn. It's not like I was holding anything in just now. It's just why am I in a grouchy mood? Am I hungry?
Like it came out of nowhere. I was like, what? I'm gonna punch you in your throat. Nah, but all right, lucid dreaming. So number 3, practice mindfulness and meditation. So mindfulness and meditation practice can increase self-awareness, which can carry over to your dreams. By being more mindful during your waking hours, you become more aware in your dreams as well. That sounds normal. Well, we'll skip that one. We already know about that one. So number 4. So it says wake back to bed technique. Set an alarm to wake yourself up about after 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Stay awake for 20 to 30 minutes, engaging in some light activity like reading about lucid dreaming or doing reality check, and then go back to bed with the intention of having a lucid dream. This technique can capitalize on increasing the likelihood of entering REM sleep, which is a rapid eye movement. So this other technique, number 4 technique, they say to sleep for about 5-6 hours, set an alarm clock after 5 to 6 hours. Once you wake up, stay up to 20 to 30 minutes, and then do light activity or reading a book or something. And then going back to sleep, thinking that you're going back to lucid dreaming. Okay. This might be hard for like a lot of people that actually like work and stuff, because
yeah, for real, that's tough.
You're already struggling to get 5-6 hours of sleep. So if you're getting 5-6 hours of sleep for the regular worker 9 to 5 job people, like you want your 9 to 5. I mean, you want your 5-6 hours of sleep, and then you're not gonna try to do no other extra activities.
Yeah, disrupt that shit. I mean, you could always try to do like a staycation. You know, we said take some time. Cause I'm starting to realize too, some of the best vacations don't even leave the house. Just put in some vacation time. Take care of some shit at the crib. Exactly. Relax. Go at your own speed. I like that. Vacation is exhausting, man.
Let's go.
Vacations are exhausting as hell. Sometimes I'll be like, everybody says like, I need a vacation for my vacation. That's true.
Yeah.
Staycation is the next move, man. That's some real shit. Just stay home.
Right.
Take care of some shit. Like, hey, I want to paint the house. I want to paint the house. I'm gonna just paint the house. Do some chores. Do it at your own speed. Do what you want.
Paint the house. Take 5 days off.
Right.
Chill, catch up on some anime or pick up a new game.
Right. Sometimes you gotta do self-care, man. Take care of yourself a little bit, man. So that'd probably be the best part to do it when you have some staycation going on.
Right.
Just do some lucid test runs.
Yeah, so this technique, sleep for like 5 hours, wake up, but then stay up for 20-30 minutes, read a book, and then go back to sleep while thinking about your whole lucid dreaming. So maybe you might lucid dreaming after that. There's another technique. It's called a mnemonic induction of lucid dreams. So it says, before falling asleep, repeat a phrase to yourself such as, I will recognize that I am dreaming, or I will have a lucid dream tonight. So visualize yourself becoming in a lucid dream. This is your technique that helps you set your intentions to becoming a lucid dreamer to, help you increase your chances of having it. So, but like before you fall asleep, you can repeat a phrase saying, like, I will recognize that I'm dreaming, or you can say, I will have a lucid dream tonight. So before you go to sleep tonight, if you want to have a lucid dream, just repeat to yourself, I am having a lucid dream, or I will have a lucid dream tonight.
Yeah,
say it like 10 times and then go to sleep.
Gotta get your mind right for it, man. That's how I told you before, like, before I used to go to sleep, I used to daydream about being a superhero. The next one, like, I would be in a superhero dream, and it's like, okay, cool, I got it. So you do have to prep your mind up. At least that's what I did. I didn't know that was actual thing, but that's how I used to do it.
Naturally, dude. You're what do you call those people?
What?
Like a natural and stuff.
Oh, I ain't no natural. I'm just a dude trying to get some good sleep.
Nah, there's a
I'm
word
just a
for
brother
you.
trying to get some good sleep and some awesome sleep.
There's a word for you people. You're like, oh, you people. There's a word. All right, number 6. So wake initiated lucid dream. Like the acronym is WILD, like WILD. So
WILD.
this technique involves maintaining awareness while transitioning from wakefulness to a dream state. Lie down comfortably and then relax your body as you start to fall asleep. Try to keep your mind awake while allowing your body to fall asleep. This challenge can be like, it can require like a lot of practice, but you know, if you can achieve it, it should work for you.
Right.
I think it's very hard for me to do relaxing like my whole body like that. Like what about you?
Relax my body. I'm not sure. I kind of just if I don't know. I don't know if I can. I think I'm talking about like my body can fully relax, and I'm trying to like do some dream stuff. NyQuil helps me. I feel it in my body with NyQuil. I feel like my body like parts of it like shutting down. It's like somebody's turned off all the somebody's all turned off all the lights and parts of my body like. And I just feel it happen like okay, my nerves because like I read about this not too long ago. Because I look up random shit sometimes, and I asked, like, I had a question. I was like, my back's been itching all day because it's been dry. How come I don't itch in my sleep? So I Googled it. It's like, well, when you go to sleep, your body turns off certain nerves in your body. Like, your body turns off certain nervous systems to keep you from waking up. So stuff like itching and stuff is more active while you're awake because your body's functioning. So you'll itch more when you're awake than you are sleeping. And so I remember I was reading about that. I was like, oh, is that why? Like when I take NyQuil, I feel like in my hands, like everything's all like. Everything's just going off. I feel it like I said, I feel like there's like little men inside of my body, like turn off lights and everything. Just like something.
Shit, that's wild.
And that's why I take NyQuil. And then I'm just kind of like, okay, my body gets relaxed. I'm like, well, this feels kind of good, and I'm out. Like,
damn.
That's the only time I feel like when I feel like it's my body's shutting down. Everything. But normal sleep when I go to sleep is just like I go to sleep and I just sometimes I feel myself nodding off, but NyQuil makes me feel my whole body like every toe, every finger, something shutting off.
Yeah, like that's the only thing like I look forward. Like if I'm being sick, right? I was like, sweet, I can take NyQuil, and I would take NyQuil like I'm drinking like alcohol.
Bro, like, but I don't need. What's that cup for? I don't use that cup.
Like, yeah, I was like, get this shit out of my face.
I think I'm a child. Is it apple juice? No.
I was like, what's the dose?
Right?
What's the dose? And then like half that shit's empty. Like, I was like, I'm sleepy.
Man, NyQuil's strong, man. I felt like I was gonna like not super duper addicted at one time, but I noticed at one point I couldn't go to sleep without it, and I was like, okay, let me stop. So now I stopped for like a couple years, but
it is addicting, dude.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say like addicting, but like the art of making yourself fall asleep is convenient because you're like, all right, I need to sleep at this time because I have to wake up at this time.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, all right, hit that NyQuil at 7 o'clock and I'll be at bed by 9 o'clock. Or whatever, melatonin at 7 o'clock, I'll be bed by 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Bob says, but then I can't hold it any longer and I can't hold it any longer and find out I can breathe underwater. Oh, that's old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What else you got?
But I breathe it continuously. Yeah, it says, there's also a technique that Army people use to sleep in the field. Just relax every muscle. Fall asleep in 2 minutes. I don't think the Air Force taught me that, but Army. Like I said, Army be out in the field. Army's out in the field a lot more.
Force.
Huh?
Have you been on TikTok Air Force?
Nah. There's a TikTok Air Force?
I just made that up. But
No. Well, because Army, I can see Army, because I was thinking about like, would the military teach that? I don't know if the Army does teach that, but I can see them learning that because they sleep out in the field more. Air Force is kind of spoiled. We slept in like dorms and shit. So it was like, we were out in the field. But yeah, I can see that. They taught them how to dig holes and shit. In combat, there's no time to sleep. Yeah, when my dad went through army, my dad was army and marines, and he's like, yeah, when he's army, they'd like dig a hole in the side of a hill, and you just put like half your back and like most of your butt in the hole, and you just kind of sit in the hole and sleep. You have to learn how to sleep in elements and shit. That's wild. Sleep in 2 minutes. That's good, man. That's like how I sleep.
All right, so number 6. All right, so this technique involves maintaining awareness while transitioning from wakefulness to the dream state. Lie down comfortably and relax your body as you start to fall asleep. Try to keep your mind awake while allowing your body to fall asleep. This can be challenging and may require practice, but it can lead to a vivid and immersive lucid dream. I don't like that one. Number 7. Real quick. So some people find that certain supplements, such as vitamin B6, can enhance dreams vividness and promote lucid dreaming. However, it is essential to research using caution, experimenting with supplement, blah, 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 blah. ChatGPT trying to save everybody. But yeah, so vitamin B6, if you take that, it can help you promote lucid dreaming. And if you guys look at vitamin B6, lucid D.
I've heard of it.
What does B6 vitamin do? In the chat, can you guys look that up? Because I just don't want to say like, hey, everybody take vitamin B6 pills.
Take it.
Yeah, take that shit. Get that shit from Amazon.
Damn, I can't.
1-day delivery. Bob says that's how Jeremy sleeps too. He starts instantly when he closes his eyes. Yeah. He's like my cousin Quan. He closes his eyes, he's already snoring, already fighting in the dreams.
That's me. Instantly. If I'm tired, it's time to...
Right?
What's that?
Would that be like a light form of narcolepsy?
Hold on. Sorry. Somebody's calling. Weird.
Like, would that be a light form of narcolepsy?
I always thought, because I go to sleep almost like to the point where people think it's like supernatural how I do it. And that's funny because, like, I don't know. Because I used to have snoring issues too. I just got control of that shit. It's not as extreme. I used to sleep with a strap around my head to keep my mouth closed. Like, but I don't wear it anymore because like now it's like I don't sleep with my mouth open. But I used to snore like a lot to the point like I would wake up the next day and my voice would be like hoarse. I'm like, oh, like I would tear my shit up, man.
Dude,
what's that?
I would hear myself snore when I'm taking a nap. I can hear myself. I can literally hear myself. I'm like, damn. I was like, this motherfucker loud as fuck. But I'm asleep. I'm still asleep, but I can hear myself snore. Yeah. You guys ever go through that?
Yes. That sounds. I'll snore, but like, I'll wake up from my sleep. I'm like, oh, I just heard myself. Like,
yeah, it's embarrassing, dude. Because it happened to me at work.
Yeah, I had a huge snoring issue. It was becoming such an issue. I was like, man, hope my girl don't leave me. Cause like, because like that shit actually can cause like a rift in relationships, man. So I was like, let me get control of this shit. So I bought like a strap, kept my mouth closed. But I've always been like, I don't know if that's a correlation with how I think it's because I go in such a deep sleep that my body just relaxes so much. Because I go to sleep like that, man. So I wonder if it is like a light form of narcolepsy, but. Not to the point like we can't operate heavy machinery. It's just like when it's time to go to sleep, it's like, damn, just turn your brain off.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you guys are lucky, man. You guys can sleep like that.
Correct, man. That's why like sometimes people be like I'll take a nap. Like when I used to work at the CDC and I'd be on my lunch break, which is like 30 minutes. I would eat my lunch and then I also have like 10 minutes to spare. And one of my coworkers like, all right, man, Jones, what are you about to do now? About to take a nap in 10 minutes? I was like, watch. And I'll get like fucking straight 10 minutes nap in.
A real ass nap in 10 minutes.
I'll wake up like, let's knock out the last like 4 hours of this shift.
What are you gonna do now? Like damn, that motherfucker fell asleep.
Right?
Shit. I believe you, man. My cousin the same way, dude.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, let's go out tonight. And I looked at him, already snoring. I'm like, no. It's not happening.
I guess it's canceled.
It's wild. The crazy thing is, every time I have a dream, it's always I'm hanging out with him all the time, and we're always doing shit all the time.
Good times.
I was like, damn, like we only hang out in dreamland now, not in the real world.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, damn, like you stress me out in this dream world, but in real life, you can't even call me.
All right.
And then a tear rolls down, like, a tear dropped down. Like, what the hell is happening? Like, what is real life? Like, I was like, what is real life?
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna take a leak real quick, and then we come back. We got one more story for you guys. All right, so you guys know about fentanyl, right?
No, what the hell is that?
All right, so there's this new drug in Europe that's been killing a lot of people. It's called nitazines, which is like it's like fentanyl times like 300.
Damn.
I might be exaggerating, but
They're
like
still struggling.
yeah, in the UK right now, there's like a lot of people out there like they've been using like a lot of these drugs that's been laced with this new drug called nitazines, which is like the new fentanyl that's killing a lot of European users out there. And
Yeah,
what's crazy is that every time you think about new drugs, right? Like to me, every time I think about these new party drugs, I think about like, is Europe taking this drug, or are they like? Because usually they're the new people on the scene that takes all these new exotic,
yeah.
what do you call it, like name brand drugs. It always starts
Street
from like
drugs.
yeah, in the European
Designer drugs. I think they
designer
call
drugs.
it.
There you go.
Yeah. Yo, there's this documentary I watched some years ago on I can't remember, it was like PBS. I think it might have been Vice, knowing me. Might have been that shit Vice News.
Yeah.
But they talked about how the UK, man, people would think like the UK is like pish posh, whoo, teas and crumpets. Man, that is a heavy drug scene, man.
Heavy.
They were talking about like this drug that was going around at one
Very
time.
heavy.
It was like in an aerosol can, and it was like killing kids. But I was like, I don't know if it was like pure oxygen or something. I think that might have been what it was. But
I
it was
think
like,
it was like CO2.
yeah, some wild shit. It was like hitting out of cans and
Whippets,
clubs
right?
and stuff. What's that?
Is it called whippets?
Is that what it is? It might be. It might.
Yeah.
That might be. It sounds familiar. But yeah, it was like a huge thing in the UK at one time, and it was just. I did not know this about the UK until like not too long ago, but yeah, it's massive drug scene, especially when you go to clubs. That's where you want to get some drugs, just go to a club and they'll hook you up with whatever you need.
Yeah, they got all the drugs there, dude. Bob says, never heard of it. They do party hard over there. They hand out needles so people won't share.
Oh yeah, hey look,
Dude, the European people, they party. They don't party like how we party. Like they really, the way they party is different, dude. Like they hit the hard drugs and they get you all the hard drugs. And then if you're like a newbie, right? Guaranteed you're gonna get like the strongest drug to where you're like, I'm never gonna forget about this moment. So you're gonna be like, oh, that time I party out in the UK, I took this pill and I was out of it. And they're always gonna remember that time in the UK.
Man,
And what's wild is because this new drug called nitazines, 300 times stronger than heroin. Many describe it as potent as because they said a lot of the heroin now is cut with nitazines because of how strong nitazines is. I think I'm saying it wrong, but you guys know what I'm saying.
Nitazine.
Yeah, like heroin, heroin's not even like as strong as like this drug, so they cut it with nitazines to make it more stronger for like their customers. So like, okay, this is the new drug. It hits way harder because a lot of the people that's already on the drugs, right? Where they already got used to like the dosage of whatever hardcore drug they're taking. They're used to the dosage. And they're like, all right, what's a new drug that can unlock like this new high?
Right.
Right, because let's say you're taking like heroin over like a year now, over a year, 2 years. You're like, okay, there's not a drug that can get me higher than this. And then they plateaued, right? And then this new drug comes out of nowhere. All right, take this. We're going to cut it with your heroin dose. take this, and then they take it, and they're like, holy shit. There's levels beyond this level. Even after you like plateaued, like in your head, you plateaued, right? You took so much drugs to where you're like, I can't get higher than this. Like I already like mastered this level. Like there's no other drug can master this. And then there's a new drug that came out where it hits that level 300 times. So they're like, holy shit. There's a new level that just got unlocked. For the druggies. I
thought I was high before.
Yeah, for the druggies that freaking mastered this shit. Like, oh shit, this. Let me let Proton in. She's crying.
It's like, let's give you that same high, but even higher.
Yeah.
Let's give you all the high.
Yeah, and Proton in the house. Proton, where you at? Oh, she back there. Okay. Yeah, but that's basically like this new drug, dude. It's not for the young people. It's not for the new people that's getting into drugs. Definitely not for the new people.
Start off with weed.
Yeah, dude, probably just stick to weed, man. Don't do all the hardcore shit at the club no more, because the reports are showing that it's just way too strong, dude, and you just don't know what it's laced with. It's too dangerous. I think the drug scene is too dangerous now, because I think they're really trying to hit the market, but they're like, all right, how can we make an impact? We make it as strong as possible. So that person that takes it, right, where they take it and they experience like the most high, they're gonna be like, yeah, I recommend this, whatever drug that is.
Right.
Dangerous times, dude.
Man, hand out needles. Sound like when Bob was saying before that they hand out needles so people don't share. I guarantee they probably started doing that shit because of the 80s, man. That was that time where it was like HIV was heavy, AIDS was big, and it was like a lot of it was coming from like sharing needles and stuff. And and any logical society that wants to take a step back is like, okay, we can't stop the flow of drugs. We're not that effective at stopping these drugs and these people get their hands on it. So we need to start offering safe solutions for these people if they're gonna do drugs, because it's like you can't stop these people. You gonna watch everybody? You can't. So I mean, handing out needles sounds like an insane thing to do, but I think it's a good idea. If they're gonna do it, then at least give them safe ways to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Yeah.
Crazy as it sounds.
Yeah, they're gonna do it anyway. Like, but provide like a safe place where they can do it safely.
Yeah, I can't remember what country it was, but it was finding so many dead people dying from junkies, just junking out and passing out and dying and an ODing. They was like, hey, we're trying to find all these bodies as overdose. We're like, we gotta curve this shit. We can't stop the drugs, so let's give them to places where they can like use the drugs at or something, so we can monitor their dosage or something, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because they was having I think there's actually America's even having that problem to where they're starting to make clinics now for people that are the opioid addicts, and it's like, hey, we're gonna give you a certain amount of dosage to monitor it, and then we'll lower down your dosage every week on a scheduled time, because if you can't take somebody completely off of it because it might go on a shock or whatever. So it's like, hey, we need to wind you down off of you being drugs, because we're finding too many people that's chasing that high so much they ODing and they dying because they're getting too used to these the highs, right. And then the higher they keep going, obviously it's killing them. So there's only the like clinics now to like, hey, come in, we'll give you dosages, and then we'll lower it throughout the weeks, and then eventually it should help clean you up a little bit. Obviously, what do you do? You can't stop drugs. Shit, just here.
Yeah, like the crazy thing, like I think about it, is like how, like these people with like low income to no income at all, they get access to these drugs.
Yeah, it ain't hard.
Yeah, I always wondered, how did they get the access to like those drugs? Well, they're not paying for the drugs, right? Because there's no income coming out. But for some reason, they're always high on the drugs. Always. Because I can give you one example.
Oh, yeah, what's up?
I was in a train station in Atlanta, right? And a homeless guy, he comes up to me. He was like, hey. He's like, can I use your phone? I want to watch porn real quick. And I can offer you crack.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I was like, dude, no. I was like, I'm working right now. Like, this is crazy. All right. He shows me, like, he flips like this, it's this the cigarette pack, right? There's no cigarettes in it. He flips a cigarette pack. He pulls out this plastic piece of plastic Saran wrap, and there was crack in there. He was like, dude, he's like, I'll give you like some crack. Just let me use your phone for porn for like 10 minutes. I was like, this is crazy. Like, I was like, no,
like
dude. I was like, that's wow.
That sounds like some Atlanta homeless bargain for real, man.
Yeah.
They'll do it. They'll do it. If they ain't got a place to stay, they will do it in public restrooms. I promise you. I've seen it.
And like, here's the thing. I'm thinking, all right. Like crack, right? Crack or cocaine or whatever it is. Like, it's an expensive drug to get. Like, if you're getting it from somebody. And I always wondered, why do the homeless people, they have these drugs on tap all the time? And it seems like they're on it all the time. Like, is somebody like feeding them these drugs like freely, or like?
No,
I always wonder like what's happening.
No, a lot of them either like sucking dick for it, doing some wild shit for it. I know. I know up in Baltimore. I don't know how it is in Atlanta, but I mean, it's probably the same everywhere else. Baltimore ain't no special when it comes to this thing. But a lot of junkies and homeless people like steal copper, like copper wiring, copper pipes, and sell it to a junkyard or whatever, and get that money, and then go buy crack with it. It's like homeless people know how to get money.
Yeah, the copper thing is like real. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like homeless people make actually more money. Like that, homeless people like when they did a study of some homeless people making like $30,000 a year. It's like from panhandling, like there's money to be made everywhere, and they just go and do whatever needs to be done, paint houses, sit on the corner. I'm like, obviously, the homeless people just do anything.
I watched like this one video where like this dude in Colorado, Denver, Colorado, he was a lawyer, right? But he said he wasn't making enough money like being a lawyer. So he became like a homeless, a pretend homeless in quotations. He pretended like he had no legs. So he wrapped up his legs, right? He went into a wheelchair and he started begging for money like for a whole full year. And he's like, I made way more money being a homeless than I did like having like a lawyer degree, like doing his lawyer job.
Right.
And that, I don't know how true that is, but I can believe it because, you know, I've been to Denver and I saw a lot of people where I was like, they got to be faking this shit.
Nah, there's homeless people everywhere in Denver. There's a shit ton.
Yeah, but how many are them like faking it?
I don't know, man. I know. I've heard stories like people give them stuff and they're like, oh, I don't want this. I want money. Like you give them, they don't want you to give them anything. They actually want cash. Like my homelessness payment is on cash only. Don't give me no sandwich.
Right. Like so, the story was like the dude in Denver, he faked being homeless. Like he did have full legs, but he tied his legs up in a wheelchair. So he pretended to be like somebody that's paraplegic, no legs, like a veteran. Just ask for money, but he happens to have like a fucking lawyer degree and everything. Yeah, the dude made like fucking over like $200,000 like a year doing that shit. He was like, I'm paying all my student loans. that makes me wonder, man. Like, damn.
I believe it, man. Because the homeless people I've seen in Denver, at least like maybe not downtown Denver, but like towards where like Aurora, Colorado was at. They seem like they was pretty clean for homeless people. At least the one I saw outside of Wendy's one day, I was like, kind of clean to be homeless. I don't know.
Like, is that a wig? Better than my shoes.
Right? Why do you smell so good?
Like, damn, what do you use?
Okay, it's $10, I guess.
Is that Gain detergent? Is that a Gain detergent?
What kind of fabric softener are you using? Jesus. Don't do drugs, kids. That's the moral story.
So that's like basically like that whole story, like with the new nitazines. It's like the new fentanyl in European drugs. And I'm wondering, dude, like how long does it take for like the new drugs to hit like the European scenes to where it comes down into like our grounds out here in the US?
No. I mean, it seemed like some of the drugs, at least when I was on that Vice documentary they did about like designer drugs in the UK and shit. Seems like a lot of that stuff just sticks to the UK and maybe just Europe and don't reach here, I guess. Not all the time, but at least while I was watching the video, I was like, oh, that must just stay over there because it sounds like it's UK based drugs. Like, I'm not sure what we have in America that would be American based drugs. I'm not sure. Like, what drug would we have that's like unique to us over here? Like opioids, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Because opioids is a huge issue right now. That shit is, and the government was pushing opioids. That's the crazy thing. So it's like that might be an American issue. God damn.
It's very sketchy, dude. How they're pushing out like that medicine like that.
Mm.
It's like, oh, you got a toothache? Here you go. Here's some
Opioids.
hardcore pain medicine for your toothache.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get addicted on that. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta find like
oh shit, now they're junkies.
Find another way to like
bad.
fake injury so I can get some more of this.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild because I'm gonna just say this. Like I have tried some of those drugs.
Opioids?
Yeah, like the hardcore ones. The name brand
What?
ones. I tried all of it. Yeah, I'm like a guinea pig. I tried all of it and it didn't hit me like that. So I was wondering like if it was like certain people that it hits different with different people.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I was curious about it. I was like, I'm curious about this. Let me get a dose. Yeah, I tried all of it, and yeah.
I've never even seen it before, I don't think. If it ain't weed, it ain't for me.
Right. And we can't do weed anymore because they drug test
Because
that.
wasn't like this like relax you and stuff? Because it's like a
Yeah, it makes your muscle feel weak. Like if you take like a lot of NyQuil and your muscles feel weak, it's horrible. I don't even know why people want to feel like that.
man, no, just like a you're just there.
It's nasty. Like you feel like
You're
linguine. You're
moving.
like, oh shit. It's like you're dead. Like you're slime.
Yeah,
I don't
I know
know.
I know somebody's a junkie right now for pain pills. At least that's how it started.
Call them out.
No, I ain't gonna do that to them. But it's hard. It's horrible though. It's
Um,
bad. I seen the origin story of how they first got addicted to pills to how they are now, and now they just go on like incoherent rants on Facebook all day, like drug fueled rants. You could tell they're high when they do it. It's like, man, I remember the day they first started taking pain meds, and now it is like
Damn.
15 years later. You're like, Jesus
That
Christ.
aggressive pulse.
What's that?
Like they're all mad and shit.
Yeah, going on rants
Different.
and taking pictures of like screws in a washer under their bed, and like somebody broke on my house. I know it. I found this under my bed. I'm like, it's just a screw and washer. This is like some meth head fueled adventure if I've ever seen one, man. It's
Yeah, that's crazy.
crazy.
What about
Watching that shit in real time.
Yeah, that's wild. Bob says cop passing them out to keep them junky.
Hey, them cops do resell it out in the street. The ones the shitty ones. They had an issue with that in Baltimore. Cops raiding like drug dealers' houses off the record, and then taking their money, taking their drugs, and then reselling it back to them or reselling the streets. Man, the Baltimore cops are like gangs. Fuck, they have a show on Netflix. I mean, not Netflix, on HBO Max about it. I
Is
can't
it
remember the name
Cocaine
of it.
Cowboys?
It's damn near like Cocaine Cowboys, but it's in Baltimore style, and it's the cops. It's the cops doing the cocaine selling. I forget what it's called, but it's on HBO Max. Really good miniseries, but it shows like how these cops are just like keeping it going, man. I'm like, man, y'all worse than the drug dealers. Shit. At least we get them.
Yeah.
We understand why they sell drugs. Why are you selling? You got a job. The fuck?
Right. Like, yeah. It's so crooked. All that shit, dude. All of it. Because I saw like one video where some cop, he pulled over some girl, right? He took her like in the back of his car, right? And then she was saying like, I'll do anything to get out of these cuffs. And then like in the recording, the cop's like, he's like, you can't say this right now. Like stop it. Don't say this shit right now. So, like, long story short, right? That cop was in the back seat of his patrol car,
Mm.
drilling this girl, right? But where he got caught up, because he turned all his cameras off, right? But
Mhm.
where he got caught up, he fucked up was when he did went into the backseat of his car vehicle, police vehicle, and then he got locked in to where he couldn't get out.
Oh, I think I did hear about this story.
Yeah, and then he had to call like
Somebody with a spare key.
yeah, somebody with a spare key, and then they end up investigating the whole shit, and then they found out
Man,
like,
okay.
yeah, the dude was fucking the dude that he pulled over, the girl he pulled over.
Yeah, abusing his power and shit. That happened some years ago. I think it was in Texas with this cop. He was pulling women over and he was like raping them for like so they can get free. He's like, hey, if you wanted to get out this ticket, you know, get me head in the back seat. But he did to like 14 women and they did his trial and everything. They gave him like 120 years in prison.
Damn.
They threw that man under the damn jail. So rightfully so, man. What you out here
It's
doing
like,
this
yeah, I
shit?
sucked his dick, but I felt like it wasn't right.
I was trying to get a traffic ticket, and then but they saw I was like, hey,
Yeah,
they gave him
I choked on his shit, but I felt like it wasn't right, Your Honor.
That was
And
weird,
there was like
man.
20,
And I think
20 females that did that.
yeah, and there was like from what I saw from the trial too. He was doing it with women that had like records or some shit. Like I think he did so good. I was like on parole. He's like, oh man, she don't want to go back to jail if she gets a ticket because
Yeah.
she the ticket test is done. He's
Yeah.
like, so I'm gonna give her a proposition. She either give it up or I'm gonna turn her ass in and she'll be spending some hard time in jail, some double the time. Shit. So it was messed up, man. Messed up.
Yeah,
120 years. Shit. Man, give it up. I hope he enjoys every minute of it.
It's not worth
a
it,
long
dude.
ass
Like
time.
you should know better, dude. Your video cam is recording everything. Top of that, your car is recording everything. You should know by now.
There's like this cop I saw in Baltimore. Baltimore has a lot of crooked cops. I'm bringing it up because it's just my old school hometown. But they like there's an infamous city with crooked cops in it. There's times where you've seen them like planting drugs at crime scenes, and their web camera has been on, like the web camera, but the body camera has been on the whole time because when you turn it off, there's like a 30-second delay. So the cops would like turn off the body cameras and then start committing the crime, planting stuff on right away instead of waiting 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So this guy like planting cocaine and shit, like crime scenes. That is wild, man.
That is wow.
You don't know how these cameras work, man? Oh, shit.
All right, we're gonna wrap up this episode of the Media Hijack, episode 186. Thank you, Chris, for joining us. I love you, man.
Always. Love you too, bro.
Thank you for helping me do this episode here on this Tuesday. All right, I guess we'll catch everybody next week on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
We're good for Tuesday next week?
I'm here.
All right. Good shit. All right. Catch everybody next week on Tuesday. Peace out. Adios.
See ya.